Everyone, just wanted to show you what my bolt action army looked like. I mean, I've been working on these guys for a little bit of time here. This is what I was working on, what I was at last weekend. Went to go and play a game of these guys. It's a really cool rule set. It's just something completely different. It's like a randomized turn order, which makes it pretty fun and pretty different. Keeps you from having to do any crazy sorts of things where you know, you can play, one person gets their whole turn, then another. No, this is completely randomized, so you can have one guy go, like with one unit, and then another guy go for several of his, and then randomly go back and forth, so it's kind of cool. But yeah, this is the army I was playing. Spent quite a bit of time working on these guys. These are the guys that ended up helping me win the team tournament, as well as playing in a by myself in a singles tournament and getting second place, or the most kill points in the game or tournament, so that means I won the second place prize. So I'm not gonna lie, this game's pretty cool. So as you can tell, they're Russians. I spent quite a bit of time working on them. My one buddy painted the 2 tanks for me. I painted all the infantry myself, and yeah, I mean, I think they turned out pretty cool. If you want to take a look at those rule sets, just go to Warlord Games, and then you'll have to search for Bolt Action. Otherwise, you can also check out boltaction.net. I help those guys out plenty, and then you can see some of the cool stuff that they do. This is also the display board that I ended up making. It's a little interesting adventure that I did. It took me quite a bit of time. I might have an article up on boltaction.net for that here shortly. But yeah, just figured I'd show you guys some of them. And then if I move over to something else, as you can see here, I had a unit of, I'll actually talk about the units individually. So this was a unit of scouts. They get a little bit extra deployment. That's their little benefit here. As you can see, I did a little bit of detail work. Let's see if we can focus on him. No, we can't. Alright, there we go. So I did a little bit of detail work on them. So their special ability is they all had SMGs and stuff, and I also was able to get them advanced deployment, so they moved up a lot quicker than everybody else. Then I had my lieutenant, I had a commissar. He allows me to basically re-roll if I were to fail a test. I had one infantry that's completely free, so an 11-man army right there. My camera's shaking, so I apologize. A free 8-man, or not a free 8-man, but a 8 group of regulars right there. Another 8 group of regulars right over here. And then I had a mortar that was inexperienced because they're dirt cheap and you can't argue with it. And then I had a sniper. So I had those guys, and then the big 2 items I had was an IS-2. IS-2s are deadly against everything. And in addition to the IS-2, I had an OT-34, so a flame tank. Something that's stupid deadly when you ever use it. Alright, so let's go take a look at some other stuff that I'm working on real quick, shall we? So some future stuff here that I'm working on. I'm working on these guys. It's just a handful of more regular soldiers, nothing spectacular about them. Just, you know, standard group that I can use for whatever I need them to be used for. And then in addition to them, I have some other stuff. I have this awesome truck here. See if I can get better lighting on it as I move it over here. There we go. So yeah, I have this little truck that can help maneuver or move people around, and then inside of him, I have a little driver there. You might not be able to see that very well because of the lighting. I might have to do something about that, but yeah. So I have a nice little driver in there. Let's take a look at what else I'm working on. So the rest of the stuff, I have an anti-tank rifle here. Nice little team that can put pins and damage light tanks and other little things. Nothing heavy like an IS, but still they can do damage. Then I have a scout that's completely finished that wasn't used. I have a guy who's an LMG. Turn him around here. So I have a guy who's an LMG. They're not really too useful right now, but oh well. Then I have a major here. Let me turn him around. I have a nice major there. I have a medic right here. Let me turn her around. So I got a medic there to help out. I'm working on this anti-tank gun here. It's a ZIS 3 76mm. It's what you normally would find on most of your early tanks, but it's also used in as an anti-tank gun. And then in addition to them, I have a medium machine gun over here. I'm working on this nice, lovely, that's completely unconstructed, T-28. It's still in work. I mean, nothing's glued on, even the tracks aren't glued on. So it's still a work in progress. And then the big beast that I'm working on right now as well is a T-35. This is a multi-turreted, so you got, what, 5 turrets here, 2 in the back right there. So it's base coated for the most part. It has the tracks colored, but they're not glued on yet. So that's my next big project, is to get this thing done, because I want to use this big beast. It's pretty sweet. So other than that, I mean, I got a bunch of Flames of War crap over here. So that pretty, oh yeah, and of course these guys over here, they've just been base coated, that's all. And they're all basically just crew for the anti-tank gun and additional little support guys. So I think that pretty much wraps it up for my little view here of my bolt-action army of Soviets. I also have some German stuff I'll show you real quick and we'll wrap it up there. Alright, so for coming in first, along with my buddy Judson in the battle of the armored companies, we ended up winning and I ended up taking the Blitzkrieg starter army here. So it's a nice little box, it's like 120 bucks. If we look at the side real quick, we see what comes with it. It comes with a lieutenant, his rifleman, a squad with a whole lot of stuff on them, a half-track, 2 more squads of some stuff, a mortar, a sniper team, LELG 18 light artillery, and a Panzer IV off D. So that's kind of cool. In addition to that, during the second place prize, I ended up winning another box of these guys. So that's 30 more infantry. So I might deck them out with like anti-tank gear and just different random stuff to help them fill out what I don't use or don't get in this. So between these two, that's a huge army. So right off the bat, I got an immediate instant army. I also have a Tiger hanging around here somewhere. See if I can find that. But then I also purchased these two guys. I purchased these Italian guys so I can start an Italian army. So I really want to do the Bussieri, but I'll take the Airborne for now. That's all they had available. So let's go find that Tiger and we'll wrap it up with him. There we go. This thing was hiding somewhere. I ended up finding this guy. He was sitting around. I won him the last bolt action tournament I was in. So basically got myself a free German army there in addition to my Soviets. So pretty cool stuff. Hope you guys enjoyed my little look there at my bolt action stuff I was working on. And yeah, I'll catch you in one of my other videos.